Well, some spots may get to see some rain. May. That's the key word here. And we'll go ahead and get you guys that live look here over the last couple of hours here with our radar. Notice it's been very quiet. We only had maybe a little bit of some showers and thunderstorms in Grant County very early this morning, right around that 1 a.m. time frame. But if we switch it over to the satellite, notice we've got plenty of clouds starting to bubble up over, again, mainly the high terrain areas, the Sangre de Cristo Mountains, the Sandias are starting to see some of the cloud action, even down in the Sacramento Mountains and the Gila Forest. But unfortunately, right now, the rain is not coming yet. But in the next couple of hours, I think that's when we'll start to see a little bit of some green starting to pop up on the radar. So as early as about 1, 2 o'clock is where I think we'll start to see some of that action. But I think we'll start to get a little bit better coverage as we get into those dinner time hours. Notice that some of these, if we can get them to form off the Sangre de Cristo Mountains or even the Sandias, notice the direction that these are taking. That's when I think we'll have our best chance at seeing some storms here passing through the metro. Now, that's if they form and if they continue to push further to the south and west. Even the general storms that do form have that motion with them, and that's because we do have that high pressure system sitting in the four corners that's going to be driving those storms. With the ones that do form or the ones that could form, well, there is that potential for them to be a little bit on the stronger side with that rain. So we'll give it a 1 out of 4 risk for flash flooding, where you see that green area here where flash flooding is possible in spots. So remember to be on that weather safety awareness side. If you receive those warnings, and definitely have multiple ways of receiving warnings, then definitely take heed of those warnings as well. So that's where that high pressure system sits. Again, that's where we're seeing that moisture axis really pushed further to the north and west. Notice that's very different from what we saw yesterday, where it was sitting in the eastern and southeastern portions of the state. Well, the reason why also with that high pressure system is because we also have a lot of dry air moving in from the northeast to the southwest. So there's a lot of dry air in the mid and upper levels for the eastern and southeastern sides of the state. So unfortunately, rain chances are going to be very low for those across, let's say, Clayton, even to Tucumcari, down into the Roswell area. Only about a 5% chance, or maybe 10 at most. It's very, very low. In fact, most of the rain chances really remain off to the north sides of the state and down to the south and west. With us, unfortunately, we're only at about a 10% chance for the next couple of hours, and then we'll bump it up to about a 20% chance once we get into those later afternoon hours to even those dinner time hours, just like what the models were showing. With the lack of cloud cover that we have right now over our area, that means our temperatures are going to rise up pretty substantially. We're going to see temperatures about a couple degrees warmer than what we did yesterday. So our high today, 94 degrees, and stretching up into the north and west, or the four corners, is going to be up in the mid and upper 90s. That brings another moderate to major heat risk spread for the northwest quadrant of the state of New Mexico. So not only are we going to need to be on that flash flood safety awareness side, but definitely be on that heat safety awareness side as well, staying hydrated through those peak daytime heating hours as well. So what can we expect for the state today? Well, the southeast side, again, remaining on the dry side, not only today, but even for the next few days and through the first part of the weekend. Notice that Roswell really seeing some mostly clear skies for the next at least several days. And we're going to see temperatures also following suit with some pretty above average temperatures as well. Across the northern side of the state, I think some spots have a little bit better chances than others to see some of that activity out there this afternoon. Farmington, though, we're only going to give it about a 10% chance today and tomorrow. But look, as we get into the weekend, we'll start to raise up those rain chances as we're going to get a better moisture return throughout a good majority of the state. So for the rest of the state, though, North Mountains and Santa Fe, only about a 30% chance. So it's not very high today, but again, just wait a couple of days if you're lacking out on that rain or missing out on that rain. Well, we've got at least a couple days of some lower rain chances in our forecast. But once we get to the weekend, we're going to have a string of wet weather coming for us.